Everyone, today I'm making a video of my top 2 Tintin books. So without further ado, let us get started on to our top 10 Tintin books. You know, hey Dada bhai.
Yeah? No sound, no sound, no sound.
So this book is a great book with the original back cover as the most Tintin books would like to be. And you know the book is Prisoners of the Sun. The art style, the cover is lighter, and you know the plot, finding out calculus about the temple Inca at the last of the story. So you know, I like this scene where they make most of the parts green actually, which I actually can't read the text because you know there are some green colors in the book. That's why you know the text is a little hard to read for me. These are available on Amazon, eBay. So you know, I got this easily. Perhaps this book is a great book, and you know, these Tintin American Tintin the Congo look similar due to the sky because none of the sky has clouds, and you know they look quite similar. Like this is Tintin the Congo, and this is also Tintin the Congo, but this is Tintin the Congo, and this is Tintin America. And perhaps the book which I just talked about is Tintin in America. I have a tough time figuring out why people don't like this. And I finally found out because you know the art style not is not that good, and also the you know super villain attacks. So you know most people doesn't count it in their top 10, but you know I would likely count it in the top 10. So you know these are super books. This is actually a hardcover book, but you know it's cheap. This was actually a hardcover book, but you know after it published some days later, it came to a softcover copy. Perhaps this Tintin book is a great book and a great book for collectors of Tintin, and the book is The Red Sea Sharks, which I obviously skipped over like Destination Moon. And you know the cover is amazing, you know, like a periscope, and the rest parts are you know black. I love this Tintin book with arts, the great art and colors. I like the colors in this book. Tintin in the Red Sea Sharks is a great book to count in your top 10. So you know these are great books. Perhaps this is a great book for you to count, and the book is Destination Moon, a phenomenal book, and taking preparations for the moon, which I obviously skipped over, just I mentioned just a while ago. So you know this book is very much available on Daraz, eBay, Amazon. So you know the cover is also great for me. You know I like this book. Perhaps this book in Perhaps this book might interest you a little bit, and the book is Land of Black Gold. I have a tough time figuring out why people don't like this, but I like it a little bit. The sky has no clouds, and it's written some Arabic words which I actually can't read. It's obviously a great book to read, so you know, is a so the plot is great. So you know, I have a tough time to read this, and you know I haven't even read this still. So it takes time to read this book for me, but you know the other Tintin books aren't that good like this Tintin book is, but I like it. You know the cover is also amazing. Like the Red Sea Sharks has black in the border, and there's a moss photo with Mueller, Tintin, Thompson. Captain Haddock is actually not in this book for most of the pages, so you know he's not much popular in this book. I mean, he isn't you know found in this book. He was you know didn't appear much at the Land of Black Gold, so you know he appeared almost at the last of the story. So that's what I liked. And perhaps this book is a super book and a great book to continue top 10, and the book is Tintin Tibet, a spectacular mountain rescue story with heart and emotion, such a heartfelt story brimming with almost art and detail. And this Tintin in Tibet doesn't have the best art style in the book. Land of, I mean, Black Island also has a great art, the superb art in the book. I am happy to see Asia or India in this book. So I'm also happy to see China, you know, in the তারপরে then Tibet. They're quite available, and these are super book. The these are the old font. So at this rate I have is, you might guess, or if you cannot guess, you might have failed the quiz. Can you guess? I'll give you 6 seconds. Write it in the comments which Tintin book you guessed, okay? But if you say the Castafiore Emerald or the Calculus Affair or the Blue Lotus, it isn't that. It is Explorers on the Moon. So write it in the comments which you actually said between 6 seconds. Or guess actually, or thought which one I would likely get out. But if you said other books except Explorers on the Moon, which means it was wrong. So Explorers on the Moon is the book which I just took out. So the art style, morning, Captain Haddock getting out, and the pages are really glossy, and the newer font to read. If you look at this book, it's a great book, and they are very much readable. Perhaps this book is a super book to count in your top 10. Perhaps this book might also be a quiz to you. If you can't guess it, you can write it down in the comments. But this book is The Seven Crystal Balls, which I loved to read as a kid, and after I grew up, I have a volume of it. In a volume 4 actually, which comes Rafa's Treasure, The Seven Crystal Balls and Prisoners of the Sun. I read the Seven Crystal Balls in the volume 2 times, and I haven't read the bigger version because I bought the bigger version just some days ago. The cartoon is really mysterious, interesting. I obviously flipped over to over and read it just some days ago. So this book is really interesting, mysterious, as everything a mysterious, interesting Tintin book needs to be. Glass breaking, sleeping potion, interesting, Raskar Kapak, and Raskar Kapak's jewel stolen, everything a Tintin book needs to be. This is a purely great objective Tintin book, and the book is The Castafiore Emerald, the very second volume. I love to read. So these books aren't for this book aren't for adults. They might be for teenagers till 29 or 30 maybe, from there on. And the art style in this book is also great. So also have the newer font, which I obviously enjoyed over to over. So I love this book. Simply love it. This is a purely objective Tintin book, which I of course enjoyed, and the book is the Calculus Affair, which is a non-stop crackling chase story brimming with art and detail. Everything a Tintin book needs to be. The Calculus Affair has double crosses, and everything a Tintin book needs to be. A helicopter, aboard, crossing a lake, and the Sildevians, Bordurians. So this book just is amazing, simply amazing. So the art style in this book is superb. So I love this Tintin book. I prefer that the Calculus Fair, in my opinion, to be the number one Tintin book, in my opinion. So there you go, my top 10 Tintin books in this video. What to agree or disagree in my channel, write it down in the comments which I can read. Okay, and I'll see you in the next video. Like and subscribe.